Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This video is going to be different from my other videos. In this video, I'm going to solve a leetCode problem. And for that, I'm going to follow the same pattern as I have followed in my earlier videos. That at first, I'm going to explain the question in detail so that we can get clear idea that what actually the question is asking for. And secondly, I will be discussing my approach for that particular question, that how I'm going to deal with that problem. And the last part is that I'm going to code on the lead code directly and check whether my approach is correct or not. So let's go. So in this video, I'm going to solve a question that is question number 485, max consecutive ones. Okay. So let's check what is the question. Question is that given a binary array nums, return the maximum number of consecutive ones in the array. So what is question is actually asking for is we have to find the consecutive, the large number of consecutive ones. Like let's check this example. Like there is an array nums having 6 element. So what is at first we have to understand what is meant by consecutive. Consecutive means one after another. So here we have to find the largest number of consecutive ones, means consecutive ones. Consecutive ones means one after one. Like if there is one, like here, one is there present, one is present there. So after, like on zeroth index, one is present. So after zeroth index, on first index also one should be there, so that this both called consecutive ones. Okay. And if any other element like zero comes after one, then one and zero is not consecutive, because the question is asking for consecutive ones, means one after another, one only should come. No, any other element is not allowed. Okay. So so here for the first example, what is this? Like six element is there, six element is present there, and this two, this two one, like the one present on zeroth index and one present on first index is consecutive, and the count for that is two. There are two one, like two consecutive ones, and after that zero is on third index, so it breaks the consecutive, the sequence breaks, and after that again count starts, and this is the second consecutive ones, and the count and the total number of ones in the second consecutive ones is three. So the biggest count is three, like one, one, zero, one, one. So what is meant by consecutive? So consecutive means one after another. So here one, and after this only one should come. Then this both, then we call this consecutive one. Okay. If after one zero comes, then this is not consecutive. This is not consecutive. Okay. So I think the question is clear. And now I have to clear this. Ah, so let's check. Like one, then for the second, the first index, again one came. So these both are consecutive. Okay. And here count one. So count is one. And here two ones uh, come in a row. So two, the count increases to two, and then zero comes. So the count breaks. It again starts from zero, and here again one. So count increases, zero increases to one, increases by one. So updated to 1, and then 2, then 3, then loops ends. So now see here, for first consecutive ones, the count is 2, and for second consecutive ones, the count is 3. So what is problem asking for? Problem asking for biggest count or the largest count. Okay, or the large. So here for ones, for first consecutive ones, the count is 2, and for second consecutive ones, the count is 3. So as you can see, the second one is going to be the answer because the second one is larger than the first one. So let's go. So how I'm going to deal with this problem. Let's solve this. Oh, sorry. So, guys, I have to clear this. So what's happening here? Okay, so we have to traverse through this loop. Okay, we have to check each of the element of this array. So we have to traverse through this array, and for traversing, we have to take a loop, for loop, initiating it with 0 in the size of the array size. Okay, loops start. So we have to check if the number, if the element is 1, then we have to increase the count. And if the number is 0, if the element is 0, then we have to again start the count, okay, from 0. So at first we take two variable, okay, two variable. One is previous and one is current. Initiating both with 0. Okay, so I'm checking if that element is equal to 1. If equal to 1, then I am increasing the value of previous by 1. In the else part, I'm checking if, so what's happened when 0 comes. Like when 0 comes, then we are checking. Like as you can see here, count here is for this first consecutive ones is 2, and assume that in the else part this 0 comes. So the count for this first consecutive ones is break, and then here it checks in the previous the value is 2, and in the and now the current is 0. Okay, so here we check if the previous is greater than current, then we are going to store the value of current, sorry, the value of previous in current. So what's happening here? Let's check. So when the value of previous is 0, like after like when we are traversing through this array, so the first element is 1, then we increases to from 0 to 1, and again for the second element, the element is 1, so it increases to 2. Now for the third element, as you can see, this is 0. So here it comes to the else part. So else body is going to execute, and here what is happening, we have to check, like if previous count is 2, so we have to check whether, because we have to initiate after, like if 0 comes, then we have to initiate, we have to update the value of previous from any value to 0. Okay, so where we are going to store that previous count. So for that we are having this condition. here we are checking that if previous is greater than count, then we are going to store the value of previous in count. Okay, so we are storing the value of previous in count, and then after that we are updating the value of previous to 0. Okay, and then our else body is also completed. Okay, this is the this is the code, but there is also one edge case, like if uh, for the last element, for the last element, like here the count. Okay, sorry. Okay. Let's do try run. Like previous, now previous is equal to 0. Okay. For the third element, the previous is equal to 0, and the count becomes 2. Okay. So when it comes to when the when fourth element comes, so here check if the element is equal to 1. Yeah, the condition is true. Then previous increases. Previous increases to 1. Now previous is again becomes 1, and for this also, it becomes 2, and for last element, it becomes 3. But we are returning what? We are returning current. We are returning current value. But the current is 2. But the answer for this is going to be 3. Okay. So after this loop, we have to again check the condition. If our previous is greater than current, then again we have to store the value of current. Of the value of previous in current for edge cases. Okay. So yes, let's go to the yes. So at first, I'm going to take two variables. One is pref for previous, and in current for the current value. So as per my approach, I'm going to take one loop and initiate it with 0 till till the size of nums. Of I plus plus. Now I have to check if the element is 1 or not. Okay, so if the element is 1, 1. Okay, if the element is 1, we have to increase the value of pref, and if not, then what we are going to do, and if not, then we are having this much function. Sorry, this much condition to check. Okay, this much condition to check. This much condition to check. Okay, so at first we have to check if the value of previous is greater than current, then we have to store the value of previous in current and update the value of previous to 0. After this loop, also we have to again we have to check a condition, that is if previous, because for the edge cases, if okay, I explained that. For the edge cases, we have to again check if rel is greater than current, then again we have to store the value. Okay, so here we have to return current. That's fine. Then this both these cases will now submit this. Okay. So as you can see, it is 100% correct. My approach is 100% correct. Correct. If you have any better solution, you can comment it out, and if you're watching till the end, and if this video teach you anything, then please don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more such content. Thank you.